A reputable physician estimated that 75% of all people who visit physicians for professional services are suffering with hypochondria. You know what that is? Imaginary illness. All right, ready? It has been shown most convincingly, this is crazy. It's been shown most convincingly that the fear of disease, even where there is not the slightest cause of fear, even when there's not the slightest cause for fear, often produces the physical symptoms of the disease feared, the dis-ease fear. You know what I'm talking about? Pastor LB, Lonnie Burn over here. Yo, I'm about to get this. Yo, look, listen. Powerful and mighty is the human mind. It builds or it destroys. It builds or it destroys. I just talked about the other day in Genesis 1:27. You're made after God's image. He created all this stuff with his thought, the logos, his thought, and then the logos became word, and then it came and rolled itself in flesh to save us. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but some of y'all do. All right, listen. I'm going to keep moving for those who don't know what I'm talking about. All right, look, powerful and mighty is the human mind. It builds or it creates. You were made to create and build things. I'm not going to finish that. All right, playing upon this common weakness of fear of ill health, dispensers of patent medicines have reaped fortunes. Who knows about Big Pharma? Who knows? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all hearing this? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Look. This is old wisdom. Don't pay attention, man. Look, this form of imposition upon credulous humanity became so prevalent some 20 years ago. And this is 39, so that must have been about 1919, right? All right, so that Collier's Weekly magazine conducted a bitter campaign against some of the worst offenders in the patent medicine business. Whew. Y'all know that what's his name? Bill Gates, quit doing his stuff so he could focus on a vaccine and something's, I don't know, people talking about some conspiracy stuff, but pay attention, man. Pay attention. This stuff's real, man. John 10:10. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. God comes to give life abundantly. So there are evil people. Pay attention. Just pay attention. Let me finish this before y'all leave my tinfoil hat. So during the flu epidemic, which broke out during the World War, the mayor of New York took drastic steps to check the damage which people were doing. Here's what the power guy. Listen, look, this here is about. I'm about to get it right. It's about to be the grand finale. So tag everybody you know. Ready? Look. So, all right. Let me read that again. During the flu epidemic, which broke out during the World War, the mayor of New York City took drastic steps to check the damage which people were doing themselves through their inherent fear of ill health. How many people you know that are worried about this thing? I'm not even worried about it. I mean, don't be stupid, wash your hands, stuff like that, but you got to tell me to wash my hands. Stop telling me to wash my hands. I know how to wash my hands. I know how to cough. All right, so look. So where we at? All right, he called in the newspapers and said to them, gentlemen, speaking nicely, gentlemen, I feel it necessary to ask you not to publish any scare headlines. You seen any scare headlines? Did you hear about what happened in Connecticut? Did you hear about this other one, this doctor that said the 1-year-old baby died, or 1-day-old baby died, and it was 22 weeks early? Come on, mama, don't fear. Come on, mama, don't fear. If you're pregnant now, if you got babies, you got baby in your belly, you got one in the bun, how they say, a bun in the oven or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you got one coming, don't worry, don't fear. They want you to, right? Whoever, I don't know who they are. All right, so I just said it, right? Big Pharma and stuff. All right, so he called in the newspapers and said to them, gentlemen, I feel it necessary to ask you not to publish any scare headlines, including the flu epidemic. Flu. We talking about flu, right? The coronavirus flu thing. Oh, it's flu-like symptoms, not virus. All right, so anyway. So flu epidemic, right? Unless you cooperate with me, we will have a situation which we cannot control. The newspapers quit publishing the stories. Here it is. Y'all ready? Yo, it's right here. Look. The man should let you read it, right? All right, so unless you cooperate with me, we will have a situation which we cannot control. The news, can y'all read this? I can't read it. I can't read it if you can read it. Look, the newspapers quit publishing the stories about the flu, and within 1 month, the epidemic had been successfully checked. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my God, I read that. I was like, what? That's what I'm labeling this one. I'm calling this one the COVID-19 cure. Be corona proof. Stop worrying about all that negativity. Push that back. Understand how your mind works. I know you don't yet, or if you do, then awesome, good for you. But like, this thing is so powerful, man. It builds and destroys you. So get a hold of it. I'm getting a hold of it. I promise you, as I get to figure it out, I'll teach you, I'll help you. And that's the whole point of these talks, even though it started like with traffic and just communicating about like real stuff going on out there. But all you can control is your state, the way you think, the way that you act and respond to whatever circumstances are outside of you. You can't control outside there, although men love to try all the time, writing laws and planting fear and all that stuff that we were talking about here, right? So humans view people with money as better off, the class system. I wanted to address this, right? Most people think about like the pyramid scheme, right? That the government and like how pyramids work. The CEO is on top, and then the managers the next level down, and then the supervisors, and then the workers on the bottom, like a pyramid, right? Right. So you got you got your pyramid, you got your CEO, you got your top level management. Down here's all the workers, a couple guys, a couple less guys, a couple less guys, and then one guy on top of the CEO, right? So I think how it should be, how your life should be formed, right, is you should always be pushing up people, right? So I learned this by A.O. Williams, a football coach, right? X's and O's, running in, tackling, right? So this is you, right? This is you, and you should have people that you're influencing, right? And that they're influencing, and that they're influencing, right? And that they're passing the message on and forwarding it. And you should always be pushing up people that they only do well, right? Monetarily or health or whatever, right? Or you only do well, you only do well when they do well, right? So the more money they make, the more healthy they are mentally, physically, the more you get back. So I think that's how it should work, but I just wanted to mention that. That might be foreign to some of you, so I just want to throw it out there. Think and grow rich, but it's not really about money. I already talked about that, so I'm going to let that slide. But when you're window shopping, right? I put, all right, when you're down, right, looking to feel better, a lot of times you go window shopping at the mall or whatever. Nowadays, like IG, Facebook, all the socials, right? You're watching other people and what they're doing. And a lot of times you judge what their highlights look like to your everyday life, right? So it makes you feel worse. It brings you down even further and you feel more worthless or whatever. If you've learned how to navigate through that and past that, guaranteed you probably two things. One, you already deleted your socials. Or two, you just like barely don't go on. That's kind of how I do. I just barely go on, really. I mean, I post, but then I don't follow up. Sometimes that's why I'm a little flaky on responding. But Gary Vee has kind of talked me into like, make sure you respond. The people took the time to write the comment. Do you like to be ignored? You're ignoring them. So I'm like, dang, I don't want to do that. I want to show love. You know I love you. I say it all the time, but you got to keep saying it. You can't just tell your spouse one time and then expect them to remember. Like, it's forever. It's a forever thing, and constant reminder and a constant like doing of acts that show that you love them. So I just want you to know I love you. And I'm going to post the what do you call it? The link below of the doctor on Facebook. He was talking about all the fallacies with this disease and like how a lot of other sicknesses and deaths numbers are gone down. It's like people die from heart attack all the time. All of a sudden, nobody's dying from heart attacks. No, it's because whenever somebody dies, they do the thing to see if they have the COVID, and then they kind of blame it on that or to rise their numbers to promote that which we were just talking about, that fear. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Love, live your life, keep pressing, keep climbing, keep grinding, because we're going to get to the top, and I'm going to see you at the top because the bottom's too crowded, and that ain't no place for us. Peace and love. I'm out.
Get that money.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. What's up?
Money download. Get that money. Get that money. New house for $1 million. Island for $1 billion. Politicians gon' steal it. I don't see the big deal. New house for $1 million. Island for $1 billion. Politicians gon' steal it, but I don't see the big deal. Hey. Make money, then make more. Pay taxes and pay more.